if you follow me, the website, podcast, or my Twitter account at all, you will know that I am absolutely obsessed with Mindjammer. This mammoth tome has converted me from being a person who was a bit science fiction game, not sure, to I am absolutely besotted with this game. I am going to tell you all about it in this review, so hold on and get ready to like this. Welcome to the GMS Magazine review videos. Mindjammer has been a long time coming, since the novel was first published a few years ago, and the second edition of the game, which is the one that we have today, has been in development for quite some time. Now, Sarah Newton is very keen on the Fate RPG system, and that is what's powering this game, which is not a bad thing at all, I can tell you. I was a bit Fate. I didn't really get my head around it when I first read the core system, but she's actually managed to make me not just understand it, but be able to play it and like it. First thing that you will notice when you get Mindjammer is a mammoth tome. It really is gigantic, to the point that some people have been put off by how thick and how weighty it is. And I was a little bit, do we need another book as big as this? Yes, that's it, we need this. That's the end of it. Let's take a look inside and then I'll tell you all about the game. The first thing we see when we open the game, well, firstly we'll have a bookmarker, which is nice little detail. Beautiful stellar map. The premise of the game is, this game is based 15,000 years in the future, in the second age of space. The first age of space didn't have faster than light spaceships, so for about 5,000 years, spaceships were launched onto space to find inhabitable worlds and to be able to colonize them. A lot of things have been going on Earth, and most of those vessels have been lost and contact completely forgotten. So now, move forward 10,000 years, and faster than light travel has been mysteriously discovered a couple of 100 years ago. Now is the time to go out there and find out what happened to those colonists and those colonies that were set. Obviously, with 10,000 years gap, anything could have happened. Aliens have been found, new civilizations have been discovered, colonies with their own technology, their own culture, and the commonality, which is the ruling kind of organization structure of old Earth, is going out there and saying, hey, you're part of us, come with us. So they become in some sort of benevolent dictatorship, which is a bit of a grey area in there. In all of this, the internet has gone absolutely mental. Storage is infinite, and there is something called Mindjammers. Now imagine that you have an implant in your mind that will allow you to access anything directly into your brain that is in this massive network, this intergalactic or interplanetary internet. That sounds quite scary and really cool at the same time, if it is well run. Mindjammers are ships, spaceships, that basically contain all the thoughts, all the memories, all the experience of anybody connected to this massive network, to the point that even if you die or you're about to die, your consciousness, your personality can be transferred to this massive network, and that can be transferred onto a machine or a spaceship or an android. Anyway, it's a very, very cool, very interesting setting with lots of things going on. The map, what shows is at the very center is where old Earth is located within the Milky Way, and this is the known space. This is how far the vessels that were launched thousands and thousands of years ago have managed to reach, as far as we know. There could be a lot more. The map is absolutely gorgeous. I think Jason Juta did a wonderful, wonderful work with it. The rest of the book is just as nicely laid out. The two columns fits perfectly. The only thing I wish this book could be, and I really hope it will be in the future, is full color, because it's so lovely, so gorgeous, so very well put together. The artwork is so fitting for this type of space opera atmosphere that is meant to convey, that seeing this in full color would be an absolute joy to behold. One thing about this game is, although it's a very big tome, it's actually very, very easy to read. Very easy to read. At the very beginning, you get the basics. And with the basics, you're going to get pretty much anything you need if you are a player. You don't need to read anything else to know what kind of roles you're going to what kind of roles you're going to have to do, what kind of dice. It gives you an insight a little bit as to what the fate system is all about, and it tells you a little bit about character creation, which is what it goes on later on. Flaws, abilities, your attributes, everything is perfectly well explained. Now, the thing that worried me a little bit when I started reading the book is that because the setting itself is so gigantic, I was wondering, how is Sarah going to give you all you need in order to be able to create truly any character you want? And you know, a combination of Sarah's talent and the fate system being so flexible, you can. It really is not a problem. Then we get it, kind of the sections that you would expect to have in a game like this. You know, you get all your stunts, you get all the descriptions, but then weapons, go away, and go away. Then you begin to see in following chapters, starting with, you know, game mastering, how an incredible thinker and writer Sarah Newton actually is. This is not just telling you about how to run a role-playing game, not at all. It tells you how to run Mindjammer, and it gives you the perfect idea and perspective as to what's meant to happen, not what's right or wrong. You know, because it deals with character death. You know, how can you deal with character death? How to overcome it if you want to overcome it? When should it happen? That sort of things, very tough subjects, but it guides you very nicely into, look, this is meant to be an opera, space opera game. This is meant to be over the top and massive, and small groups of people should be able to influence how intergalactic and interplanetary events take place. And she does that so, so well. Things, for example, like dealing with the mindscape, you know, this massive network that you can enter, done to perfection. Calculating distances, the book doesn't just tell you about what the universe of Mindjammer is. This is possibly the greatest achievement that this game has, and even if you're not interested in playing the game, you should get it, because the one thing that Sarah does is tell you, don't just play my game. Here it is, all the rules, all the guidelines, all the information you need to create your own sectors, your own planets, your own cultures, your own organizations, your own characters, your own universes, your own equipment, your own landscape, your own everything, and it truly is your own. It is that amazing. And for that reason alone, this is a masterpiece. It's a masterpiece. It's fantastically well written. It's a fantastic setting. And most importantly, it's a wonderful resource. So as you can tell, I am very enthusiastic and very passionate about this game. And for the price it comes with, this, friends, is just about £30. What's not to like? Seriously, go for it. On this one, just trust me on this one. I've read this game, I've read the novels, I know the author. Trust me on this one and get this book, because it's possibly, and I would want to say for me, is the best science fiction role-playing game that has been published to date. So yeah, just get it. Thank you very much indeed for watching, and do remember to subscribe. Thank you.